Hello there everyone, this is Iron Mark III and welcome back to Stompy Robot Shooting Simulator, or MechWarrior Online. And as you can see, I have a mech which has probably been gracing many videos in the last week, the Javelin, since it came out on Tuesday. I also forgot that I bought these, or rather pre-ordered them, and then they suddenly turned up in my mech bay, so, I have new mechs to play with. Hooray! Seriously, I did forget I'd ordered these things. Anyway, that's why I'm taking it out for today's video, because, new mech, all shiny and sparkly and all that. And in this case, I'm taking out the JVN-10N version. So it's one of the stock ones and the most common ones because it's the pre-orders. Even if you pre-ordered the basic level, I think this is one of the ones you get. So that is good. So it's just a thought on how to load it out really. And I think it might be useful, but remains to be seen how effective it truly is, because I am dubbing this version the Guardian Javelin, and you'll see why in just a moment. Come on, little light mech, into the mech lab with you. Now, as you can see, many slots have been loaded, but it's all different colours and things. It's got an endo steel chassis and ferrofibers to deal with some weight, but it's only got a 140 engine, giving it a top speed of 75.6 for a light that is generally pretty low. But it's enough for the intended purpose of this mech, because you are not supposed to go charging off here, there, and everywhere into the fray. You're supposed to be sticking with the Guardian Javelin to your heavier, larger comrades, as in your heavy mechs and especially your assault mechs. You want to be with them, because you can see a colour that isn't normally included in my mechs. This very pale, swampy green kind of thing. And there's 5 slots of it. So yes, AMS systems are installed and fitted. Both of them, because this mech can carry 2. And it's backed up in terms of actual firepower by a quartet of SRM4s. So this thing definitely has some punch to it. It's got some bite. It's nothing to sneeze at, a quartet of SRM4s. They can do 32 burst damage if they all connect. That's pretty significant. It's going to scatter, of course, but you can't have everything, can you? Then, of course, standard heat sinks as well, because, slot limits. I had to go with the weight savings of the ferrofibers and endosteel, rather than the potential heat savings of having double heat sinks. It's cheaper that way. Plus there's the fact that you're not supposed to be using your weapons that often, so 1.22 is okay in terms of your heat management. Now, I call this the Guardian SRM because your purpose is really to help with defending. You've got the AMSs for anti-missile defense, and they are fed by 2 tons of ammunition. And you've got the 4 SRM4s, which can help out if something gets too close, but you've got to be aware, in this particular loadout, they've only got 2.5 tons of ammo. For this number of SRM tubes, that is low. You cannot fight in any sustained way. You can deal burst damage, you can distract things that are coming in, but you're going to struggle to outright kill stuff, because if you keep firing too much, your ammo will run dry pretty quickly. I mean, hang on, let me just quickly do the math on this. 250 shots. That's 125... 70 odd shots, I think. 70 salvos. No, that's 70 divided by 4. 30... something like 18 salvos, maybe 20 salvos, and your bins will run dry, because that's roughly how much ammo you've got. Don't quote that exact number, but it's just a very quick, rough calculation. But I'd be surprised if you get more than 20 salvos out of this mech without getting some ammo bin upgrades. So yeah, that's what this thing has. And then, of course, as you've no doubt all heard, skill trees come in. This mech is unskilled because it's new and it's untested, but in terms of its intended role, I would suggest survival tree and go for the AMS overloads to boost the effectiveness of your AMSs. Firepower would be a nice thing, but you've got to remember it's not really your forte. This mech is not built for it, so there's not much points overall. Plus, the really useful ones you'd want, the magazine capacities, are all the way down this part of the tree, so you'd have to spend a lot of slots to get to them. So, I think a better choice would really be not operations. Jump jets, if you like to use jump jets and decide to modify the design, that might be of help. But mobility, once you've got enough survival upgrades, mobility is probably your best bet to make your mech a bit faster, twist better, stuff like that. And also, don't forget sensors as well, like target info gathering is probably a good idea, as is radar deprivation, if you can get it. But that's all, it's all pretty deep in, and you can see why I didn't bother to customize this particular mech at all, since I'm testing this loadout. Because it's all the stuff that I really want to get onto this mech quite a significant way down the trees, so just starting out for testing, it's not really feasible to do that. But those would be my picks: AMS overload, mobility, and sensor upgrades for some support powers and things like that, just to help you survive a bit better. This loadout, don't really bother with the firepower tree, because you're just not built for it. Anyway, that's that, and my usual picks and support powers notes have been incredibly disjointed because of the new skill system, but hey, that's gonna have to be how it will be. I can only offer guidance, but in general I won't be able to show you a mech using the skill loadouts, because they would be really time consuming to unlock unless it's a mech I've been using a whole lot, so you know. Anyway, let's take the Guardian Javelin into the fights and see if it can make a difference. I mean, it'll do something. It'll either do well or it'll trip over and explode horribly. Probably both.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
Fleet command coming in. Capture the target area and engage any hostiles.
Okay, welcome to Frozen City, ladies and gents. Game mode is Domination, so we need to capture the point and hold it. And here is my slower, heavier brethren, so I'm going to move over to join them. Whee! This is honestly, I don't use the Javelins much because I've not really fitted them out too well. Our Juggernaut's not moving. Yay. And I can see my fellow lights are already out there, but as I said, they are fast. I am not, so I can't really do that. I'm not built for it. Anyway, I was considering doing a separate video just talking about the skill tree and my first impressions. That would have gone out Thursday, but I decided not to in the end because I just felt there will be a lot more experienced people going in and wading into it and stuff like that. I've already made my general... Ow. What the... I've made my general impressions known already. I need to get clear of this. So... Sorry, my general impressions, my general thoughts. I made that clearer like a week or so ago. So there's not much I really want to say. But now that it's here, I can see why some people might be upset with it, as I said before. But I do like it. It's pretty nice. I do like it a lot.
Target destroyed.
He's dead. Whoop! Don't do that, flipping Kodiak. Jeez. I'm going to take cover here since I'm already badly damaged, but I'm providing LRM cover. Lots and lots of it. And that's what I'm doing right now. As I said, I am here to protect my more vulnerable comrades, rather than to deal lots and lots of damage by myself. That hunchback just dropped dead next to me, so, you know. Yeah.
Target
Come on.
acquired. Left torso critical damage.
Ow. Seriously, someone's behind me.
Target destroyed. Right arm critical damage.
I'm getting torn to shreds here.
Destroyed.
Diddy.
Left arm
Cover.
destroyed. Right arm destroyed.
I am very, very badly damaged.
MS.
Ow. The Guardian is dead! Long live the Guardian. Way. My MSs were going constantly there, though. Oh well. I guess this is going to be a 3-matcher because I kind of like went blargle very, very quickly there. Oh dear. Oh, we were missing our assaults. No flipping wonder.
Warning, incoming.
All
missile.
of our lighter and mid-weight equipment was getting in there.
Acquired. Warning, incoming.
But
missile.
our heavier stuff was just not getting involved,
Target
I guess.
acquired.
So the enemy just pushed us and managed to kill most of our light equipment. Yeah, look at this. We've lost lights, we've lost mediums. We've lost the heavy. I think that's a Warhammer there. So, anyway, yeah, I'm not going to ruminate about that or what happened. I am going to go ahead and get on to the next match. So, see you in a few moments.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
Command to ground troops, defend our base and assault the enemies.
Okay, here we go. Welcome to Caustic Valley. Game mode is Incursion, and I'm over this side, so I want to be over there where the heavy stuff is. Spoiler alert, that previous match, we lost. Yeah, the enemy actually captured the central point, and they won that way, so as it goes, as it goes. I would also like to mention something as well, which is, I don't know if you guys spotted that when I got my death screen, but my little Guardian Javelin setup, according to the readouts, killed 289 missiles. And that's as near as, damn it, to 300. And since each missile does 1 point of damage, I denied 289 points of incoming damage. That is a huge amount. Enough to gut a medium mech, I think. And if it hits in the wrong place, it can gut even an assault mech. So yeah, I helped. I feel so proud of myself. Even though I died so fast, I was helping. And that's really what this mech is about, to be quite honest. It's supposed to be helping to defend against incoming stuff. I mean, look, I'm already, my EMS is already firing. And I'm also hiding behind the King Crab, I should like to note. But yeah, I'm just going to help him out. And that's, quite honestly, that figure there is exactly the point behind this build and why I put it together. Because I don't tend to follow the meta too much. I don't tend to follow other people's loadouts overall. But even under my rock, which is dusty from never being rolled aside, I am aware that LRMs are a far more viable and attractive choice than they have been for quite some time. I am aware of this. And I also know it from experience because remember, I've got my Sirius, I've got my Mauler, which is fitted as an LRM carrier, and the second thing I did after the new skill tree hit was tune the hell out of that thing. I mean, seriously, I tuned it to maximum firepower. It's a glass cannon style configuration, so all the missiles. Yes, take that. It had all the missiles. It could spit out missiles so incredibly quickly. It was glorious to behold. I was very happy with it. Though, of course, there's the fact that, missiles, 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 and more missiles. I'm not built to take that, and my crab buddy is down, so time to withdraw, I think.
Warning, incoming missile.
Oh look, I'm being targeted.
Left arm critical.
Ow! Ow! Oh dear. That was rather significant, that, and I'm down. But I was keeping my buddy alive for a while there, so that's good. But sadly, that king crab actually went in by himself and got himself ganked. I can support against LRMs, I can offer some close range punch, but I can't do that, so I didn't stop to realise we were charging in, and that's why we just got killed there, horribly. I did say that there might be a case of my mech tripping up and exploding, but it seems that's proving pretty accurate. It's a light mech, it's not going to take much to kill it. I should have been with these guys, really. Because they are doing a much better job and they're all grouped together, so I could do a lot more. Oh well. Sadly, that's this particular match as well. So, you know what that means. On to mission 3. Maybe I
Target
should...
acquired.
Am I playing this
Warning,
particular mech
incoming
right?
missile.
I don't think I am.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
Command coming in. Capture and hold the resource point. Stop any hostiles that get in your way.
Okay, welcome to HPG Manifold for the third match for today's video. And I should like to point out, I actually got damaged from dropping in from the ship there. So, that's not great.
Point Sigma.
I actually did roughly the same amount of AMS defense in the last match, and I got like 3 kill assists, so you know, I actually helped out a fair bit. But I've also spent the time since I got horribly murdered thinking about why this mech is dying so fast and how I'm playing it. And I think overall I was correct in my original theory about this design, which is I need to stick with the heavier elements I can in the largest group I can, which is something I worked out in the previous match, where my AMS systems can do the most good and deny incoming enemy damage.
Target spotted.
Yep, here's my assault elements. I'm going to move up. Also, I'd like to point out the fact that this is a light mech with thin armor, so it is incredibly squishy. If the enemy starts rolling over your position, you will die quick, because you are a very fragile target. So yeah, I'm just catching up with my assault elements now, and I'm going to be staying near those to help with AMS coverage. Not sure where the enemy is, but oh, they are going underneath, it seems, for the most part. That's fine. I don't mind. Less incoming missiles for me. Now that said, remember, I am not built for direct combat. I can burst damage, but that's about it. I can chain fire if I need to in my second fire group. Yeah, not really seeing very much by way of incoming missiles, so that's fine. I've got 2 assault mechs here with me, so I'm sticking with them. Whee. Now, thoughts on the design, things like that. Honestly, yeah, this design, well, as you saw in the previous 2 matches, it's not really very powerful. It's not a combat-based one. It's more of a supporting style mech. Not fire support, which is my preferred playstyle, but just flat-out support. I'm not meant to be fighting. I'm a close-range weapon platform, and so I can't really do very much in and of myself. I'm not built for it. And that is actually quite limiting. Also, I'm noticing a severe lack of LRMs in this particular match. I am very disappointed in my enemy. They are not giving me anything to shoot down. How dare they do that? Oh, hello, there's something coming that way.
The enemy
Probably
is
drop
at
down a bit.
25%.
Now, where is he? Oh, they are backing up. I see.
New target acquired.
Hello, Bushwhacker. Yeah, he's backing the hell up.
We've already gained 1/4 of the resources.
There's a
Keep it
king
up.
crab coming in as well. So they are trying to push out this way, and I'm going to help. But I'm still noticing no LRMs. My AMSs have done a little bit of work, but not much. So, you know, there's not much for me to do here. And I'm just using my missiles to help. I think this is hello.
New target acquired.
Enemy assault mech. That is not what I want in close quarters. Ugh, what the heck's hitting me now? Oh, there's lots of incoming missiles, I guess. My AMSs. Look at that ammo count. It's dropping like a stone. How are we doing? Enemy's mostly dead. More dead than we are, at least. And yeah, notice that. Oh jeez, we're getting cut off pretty darn quick.
We have gained Epsilon.
And why is the stalker just standing here doing nothing? Makes me wish I could fit underneath, but I
Resource
can't.
point Theta is ours.
Yeah, we're getting cut off and killed, so this is not great. Oh, at last the Stalker's woken up. That's great. But I should also point out that I am kind of badly damaged. Maybe I should have taken more SRM ammo. But we are going to win this one. Hooray, we are going to win this one. That Marauder IC swung around and did great.
New target acquired. Target destroyed.
Oops, hit my ally a little bit, but
ammo
Halfway to
at
victory. We need to
25%.
keep holding on.
honestly, this feels like a good amount of ammo, and yeah, this is going well, very well. My AMS systems didn't really get a workout. Well, I say that, but I'm down to 2,000 shots. I don't know how much that is because I don't really use AMSs that much.
Target destroyed.
Okay, target's dead. There's one enemy left at Kappa, apparently. Where's that? Over this way. Right. Probably a light mech, which means I'm going to suck against it. Yeah. To be quite honest, I was struggling to choose which chassis I wanted to do with this a little bit. In the end, I chose this one because it's got 10% fire rate boost to the AMS system, while the other mechs that have 2 AMSs in the Javelin line, they don't get that. But I'm thinking the first Javelin chassis might have been a better idea in terms of a general combatant. So it's down to you really. What do you want to do? This Javelin has got better AMS and better alpha, but the stock Javelin has
Target acquired.
the stock Javelin is actually a laser bolt.
Almost there.
SRM ammo depleted.
Yep, there goes my AMS. Sorry, my lasers. My MSs, my lasers. No, there go my SRMs. I don't have any shots left.
Critical damage.
We gathered enough
But that
resources.
went okay. We won.
Provide us huge tactical benefits.
I definitely helped, but I've got 2,000 shots of AMS ammo. I think I overcompensated a bit in terms of that. So I would suggest loading up more SRMs ammunition. Let's see, 178 missiles killed, 203 damage dealt, 6 kill assists, so I was definitely pinging them and helping out a bit. But this is mostly, as I said, Guardian, so you're supposed to be protecting your allies rather than trying to go skirmish and stuff like that. I would seriously suggest the other Javelin, the laser version, with 2 AMS slots if you want to play a Guardian style in that one. Or just flat out, if you prefer combat fits, go with the more hardpoints versions. I'm about to go into the mech base, so I'm going to take a quick look in here to show you what I'm thinking. But overall, I think the Guardian loadout is a viable one. It's a useful one. I was doing work, definitely. I was helping. And sticking with my heavier elements was also the right call there, because I definitely felt more useful. But you've got to admit, the severe lack of weaponry and ammunition on this Javelin is... It makes it's an interesting concept in terms of a team player, but it's not feeling as satisfying to play because you're bringing these automatic guns to the fight, and that's where most of your usefulness lies. You don't have the weaponry to do much else. Where's the other Javelin I was thinking about? Select mechs. Here we go. Right, it's this one. Yeah. The 10F, if you prefer more general combatant, this would be a good one in terms of playing to support against incoming missiles because it's got the 2 AMS hardpoints. Oh, actually it's got the rate of fire bonus on the AMS as well, so that would be an alternate version. You could fit the lasers into that, so you know, you can bring in lasers instead of your missiles. Definitely more of a general combatant type that. There was another one with 2, I think. One. No, there wasn't. All the other Javelins that I've got here, and I know I've got not got the specialist versions. I've just got the regular stock ones, I think. But they've all got single AMSs, so in terms of playing a Guardian Javelin, you want the 10N or the 10F, because they've got the twin AMSs plus the rate of fire bonuses on both of them. So it comes down to what you want for your general combat systems. Do you want a big alpha, like I've just been showing here, which is didn't feel too good, but then again, I'm not an SRM player, as anyone who's been watching me for a while will know, because I've said it often enough. I don't generally play with SRMs that much. Or you can take the 10F as an alternate version with better general combat capabilities. Like, this loadout I used couldn't really counter a light mech very well. It's just not built for it. It's better against bigger targets. The 10F's lasers would be good against lighter targets, but it doesn't really have the capacity to mount bigger energy weapons, so it would be less effective against the big stuff. But at least it wouldn't run out of ammo, so there is that. I'm just theory crafting now. Let's see, 2,000 shots. Yeah, I spent half of my ammo roughly in that one, so I guess you could get away with 1.5 tons of AMS ammo for this. Yeah, I think 1.5 tons of AMS ammo is what you could do. So that would give you a bit more SRM capability if you wanted to go with this particular loadout. But overall, it feels like it lacks a bit of punch. I'm tempted to say put some LRMs into it, but they'd be light LRMs. So it's really your call, really. Do you want pure SRM, or do you want a bit of LRM range, stuff like that? Though that could make it a bit more viable if you had some LRMs, but you'd be sacrificing your close range punch in trade-off for that guided missile capability, and it wouldn't be much because the LRMs you'd maybe like have an LRM5s or maybe an LRM10. Depends on how much you try to squeeze into it. But anyway, now I'm just babbling and wandering here, there, and everywhere. So I'm going to call the video there. This has been Iron Mark 3. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the show and this look at this this theory of taking out a Guardian style mech just to help protect your allies and things like that. I think it's viable, but it definitely needs some work, and a preferred combination would be a good idea as well. But it's just to ward off incoming missiles and help protect if something big wanders too close. Things like that. You're not going to be going on the offense in this kind of thing. It's just not made for it. But yeah, enough rambling outro. I'll see you all later.